Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and valued participants, welcome to today's webinar on strategic data archiving, a game changer for SAP storage optimization. Hi, I'm Pallavi Nanda, your host for this pronounced session, and I'm thrilled to see such a diverse and engaged group virtually gathered here today, joining from different corners of the globe to explore and delve into strategic data archiving as a crucial aspect for optimizing SAP storage. Chainsys is a 25-year enterprise application and data management expertise company globally headquartered in Michigan, USA. We are a strong team of more than 1,500 professionals working worldwide. We at Chainsys provide a holistic data management platform to the customers and is a proven leader of smart data platform and enterprise solutions for all the needs on integrations, master data management, data governance, security, and data science. We help organizations to leverage the data to create business value. In the next 40 minutes, we are embarking on an enlightening journey together where we'll unpack the intricacies of strategic data archiving and how it is a streamlined and cost-effective storage approach that aligns with contemporary business needs. Throughout our time together, we'll be joined by our esteemed experts and thought changes leaders in this field, Dr. Fani Katuru and Virendra Thangaraj. Dr. Fani, a PhD in industrial engineering with his 28 years of experience as a mechanical engineer, supply chain management professional, and a digital transformation expert, brings a wealth of expertise to the table. Currently serving as a director in supply chain management and digital transformation in the IT sector, he is also deeply committed to education and philanthropy. He has authored technical papers, served as an editorial member for esteemed journals. We are privileged to have Dr. Fani as a speaker for today's webinar. Our co-speaker, Virendra Thangaraj, is a techno-functional lead for SAP sales, production planning, and manufacturing. He is a source and procurement certified professional with over 10 years of experience in data assessment, migration, integration, and archiving. Together, they will share their invaluable knowledge, experiences, perspectives, exchange insights, and foster a vibrant dialogue that promises to inspire, educate, and empower us all. From innovative strategies to actionable tips, we aim to equip you with the tools and insight necessary to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of data archival solution with confidence and clarity. Dear attendees, a little housekeeping. We'll conduct a short Q&A at the end of this session. You may send in your questions at any time during the presentation in the Q&A chat box of the GoToWebinar control panel, and we will address them at the end of this session. Now, without a further ado, together, let's harness the collective wisdom and energy in this virtual room to ignite new ideas, forge meaningful connections, and ultimately drive positive change in our respective spheres. Over to you, Dr. Fani and Virendra.
Thank you, Pallavi. It is a nice introduction, and it is very good of explanation of our changes worldwide. Hi guys, good morning and good evening from wherever you are in this globe, and welcome to these sessions. And at any point of time, you please mention your questions in the chat box, and it will be answered. And along with me, Veera is there, and we both cover today's session about our smart data management and especially in archival process in today's era, the global requirements of the data management in any this sector. I mean, whatever the client is there, either public sector or the private sector or any IT domain, either telecom, oil and gas, manufacturing, and our products are unique and in-house innovation and get ready to go. And in this today's our agenda, we will give the overview of our smart data management products, not only just for archival and end-to-end of data management, and which is very good for in today's requirements in the globe for quick migrations and quick digital transformations within the budget lines and with high security and timelines. And why SAP customers think about the archiving their data. So we'll explain why it is there. And this is mainly thing, right? These archivals are why we are doing these archivals. first before coming to our products, just I'll go little introduction about little explanation about the data archivals. If any company organizations runs more than 5 years and data collected and stores in the database, and most of the times it goes run into the runtime error, and it advises us to give the more buffer memory. It means our existing memory box is completely full and cannot accommodate. This will affect the system performance. So in most of the times we delete the data, and we call in this SAP especially would archive the data. Suppose the data is for 15 years old and we need only for 5 years data. Last before 10 years old data we will remove from the system and will keep some place where we can use for our audit purpose or any other for future references. That is the main of our goal here. And we have SAP standard objects are there, and it will takes, everybody knows that it takes the long time object by object if you go, number one. Number two, as it is name itself standard objects, right? So that it can be useful for standard our the business processes. But in today's world, this in each and every almost all most of the organizations went with some customized fields and customized business processes. Then it will be little difficult to use the existing the SARA objects for the data archives. Here, the beauty of our product is there. So if you see on the screen now, smart data platform. So we have our in-house innovation products, Data Zap, Data Zen, and Data Gens. So especially for data migration, if you see the components there, data migration and setup migration, data injections, archivals, reconciliations, and integrations, and mass data loadings, it is used for. So similarly, data gens is for high quality master data governance and 360 customer, supplier, and product data. And data gens for data masking, catalog, and data visualization. And similarly, smart business platforms are there, and all we will use according to the business needs. But in this current and today's our session is on especially on data archives. And once you do this data archives, automatically system performance will increase. And moreover, as you all know, this SAP is going to stop ECC by 2027, and every organizations must move to the S4 HANA. When we are going to the S4 HANA, we need to go on the relevant data. One is for system performance. Second thing is that if you dump all the data there, the cost effectiveness, it will increase because we need more the space there, memory space, cost increase. And not only that, this day-to-day maintenance, it will be little laborious. So to keep in all these things, data archival is most recommended for each and every organization, especially when you're upgrading or when you're continuing also when it is more than some 5 years or 6 years data. So again, it is typically it is based on the how much business transactions you are doing in a day. So volume, that much volume it be sit in our memory space. It is very, very, very archivals important is when it is go to the next level as upgrade or the optimization of existing system. Especially as said, ECC, it goes to the S4 HANA. We need to do this one for streamlining of our operations, and automatically it will enhance our system performance. Go next slide, please.
Thank you, Dr. Fani, giving an wonderful information. And I have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all. I just wanted to add one more point here. By 2027, SAP is going to stop all support for SAP R3. I think this is the right time to plan for the archival and before moving into S4HANA. And it can be either S4HANA on-prem or it can be a public cloud or the existing system. That way, the archival will be support you increasing the performance, usability, and the shorter system response time. Okay. And moving on to the next slide, our methodology towards data archiving is a three-step approach. The first and foremost is a data assessment part. So the data assessment will help you determining the size and volume of the data that need to be retained by evaluating and analyzing the data. And the same way, out of the box in our system, the system provides the report. The report will provide you year-wise data growth, and one step further down, the module-wise data in detail. We can see the module-wise the data. Okay, so that need to be archived and retained for the archival purpose. And the next one is the second step we are talking about, the archival template. Archival template enables the uh, repeated use for the ongoing data management. So for a certain period, we can archive. Once the archival is completed, the next upcoming years, we can archive with the help of our archival template. Having our predefined template simplifies the archival process. This enables the repeated use of archival and when the data grows, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, and the next point we are going to talk about is inquiry forms and report. So here in this inquiry forms and report, so I just wanted to give you one use case scenario where one of the customer, they wanted to retire the systems from SAP R3 3.1 version, SAP ECC 6.0, and IBM mainframe and DB2 are these are all the some of the system. And from by retiring all these systems, they wanted to move all of these data into the big data, where Hive was the big data we have used. And from there, like we have before loading all this data, we have predefined extract adapters and loaders that we can use it for the archival, the loading into the big data platform. And from there, we can read all of this data and we can configure. It's just a drag and drop methodology we are using to develop an inquiry form. This inquiry form is enabled with SSO. The users are authorized by roles and responsibility. These reports can be used by only the authorized persons. Okay. This is the our three-step approach towards the archival methodology. And the next one is these are all the some of the challenges which we faced during our previous customers and projects. So lack of standard archiving objects. We identified there were several objects which does not have standard archival objects. So for that, we have configured a custom archival object that supports the existing the standard archival object as well as the tables which does not have the standard archival object. So for both of the scenarios, we can use it for this custom archival programs. And the same way, the data dependency on custom tables, the second point. So there could be hundreds of tables which can be configured tables like Z tables. Those tables might have a dependency between each tables like header and child relationship. To make sure all these tables are consistently removed across modules, the whatever the data which is present in the system. So we will be making sure all this data is removed. And the third one is data retrieval. So we have developed a custom archival program to retrieve effectively from the data. In case if we delete it by mistake, that can be retrieved by this data retrieval program. By this, we can overcome the limitations which is given by the SAP standards. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. So this is the demo use case which I am going to present here. So in standard order to cash, we will be creating a sales order, delivery document, and billing document. This is the standard process. When it comes to when it comes to archival, so we will be archiving billing document, delivery document, and following with that, we will be archiving the sales document. So this is the typical process which we are going to follow. So the archival is uh, and these are all the steps which we are going to follow, like pre-processing, write, approval, delete, and post-processing. So in the pre-processing, the system marks the data which with the deletion flag which we wanted to delete from the system. So this makes or sets the stage for the write the next process, next subsequent processes. So the write helps in writing in a single file where the data which we need to archive in a specific selection criteria. And the next step is approval. So approval before going into the deletion program. So we will make sure whatever the data which is written in the file. So that is the specific record which we wanted to delete it from the system. So that's where we are using this approval space. We'll make sure before removing from the table, the users can the data owner can be go and verify it. Okay. And the next step is delete. So we will be deleting the data from the system, SAP system. And the last step is post processing. The post processing will help you when there is a secondary tables or index tables to remove the data. So the pre-processing, approval, and post-processing is not a mandatory step for all the objects. The write and delete is a mandatory step where most of the all of the object which is required. So based on the standard archival objects or the customer archival objects, so we will be placing this pre-processing, approval, and the post-processing. Okay, let me move on to the next slide. So this is the typical, this is the archival structure which we are using. So we are not only archiving from the SAP system, so we can archive Salesforce or Oracle, MS Dynamics, or any ERP which we wanted to archive, we will be able to archive from those systems. And before archiving the data, we will be loading whatever the data which we wanted to use it for the future reference. We will be loading into the big data or any databases. From there, we can read the data and we can able to provide the inquiry screen for the user for future auditing or reporting purpose. So from here, let me jump onto the demo. Let me log on to the changes platform. So this is a URL based link. You can directly use the URL to log in, and we have both on-prem and cloud version. So based on the requirement, we can install our changes platform on-prem or cloud one. So I'm going to use user SAP demo user for the this session. So let me go to the application menu. So I just wanted to show you the connection. I think let me go to the connections. So these are all the some of the endpoints which we have in our changes platform. So I just wanted to show you SAP connections. So these are all the some of the instances which we have configured. So for this demo, for this session, I have connected D01, which is this is the instance, SAP instance, where we are going to archive the data from SAP. So let me go to the other data zense. So data zense is a AI and ML equipped system. So this can be learned automatically, whatever the criteria which we are giving. Based on that, the output will be produced. Okay. So here, let me go to the see more, and let me copy the data assessment which we developed for the archival. So this is the data assessment dashboard which we have developed for the SAP data archival assessment. So so here I need to go to data assessment. From here we have the data assessment. So this data assessment will provide you overall size of the system and what is the size of the data which is occupied in the system and the free space of the system. Okay. All three we can see. The same way we can see all the list of the tables that has um, data, the size of the data which is occupied in the tables. So this tables will help you identifying the archival objects, and the same way we can plan for the custom archival objects as well. Okay. And one level further down, I'll show you at the module level. So we have configured a sales and distribution module where we can see the module wise data volume which is present in the table. And the same way, we can see the document type or category wise, like these are all the objects which we have configured, and the volume and the percentage. Here we have the sales document category type. So here 95% of data which is present in the sales document category C, rest of the document type is present in this three categories. I'll stop this data assessment here. I'll directly move on to the data archival. Again, I need to go to applications. So the data archival, we are going to use Data's app as the application. So here I need to go to process flow. So we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have configured these are three objects. One is billing document, delivery document, and sales document. Together we have configured. So this is going to archive in a sequential way. So this is the process flow. So let me copy this process flow here. Pass here. So in this process flow, we have configured subsequent steps like billing document, delivery, and sales document, as I mentioned earlier. So let me execute this process. It will start archiving the data. So we have let me go to the first data flow which we have configured. Under this data flow, we have subsequent steps which we have configured, like pre-process, write, user approval, and data flow. For this step, we do not need post-processing. The billing document we are going to archive with this four steps. Okay. So the pre-processing is completed automatically. So let me move on to the next one. So the right step. So here the identified data, the based on the selection criteria, it is going to write a file in SAP. It can be stored either in the SAP server, SAP server itself, or it can be stored in the external file server. Let me go to the stop at pre-evaluation stage. So I'll open this. So this is the variant which we are configuring today. So under this, so what are all the document which we are going to archive? We can see here. So I'll open here. So these are all the 20 documents which we are going to archive today. So let me download these all 20 documents. So we can download this both in CSV or XLS. So I'll show you in the SAP instance where we the documents before archiving it. Let me quickly connect VPN. The VPN has got connected. Let me go to SAP. So this is the instance V01. So I'll use my user 16H. I'll go to the table. So VV archive the table. So the archival will ensure not only the table which I'm mentioning here. So it will archive all the relevant tables which is needed for the which is which is uh, which is related to the billing document. Let me use this value. Okay. So right now we are able to see all 20 records which is present, and these are all the 20 records which we are going to archive it. Let me go back to the Chances platform, and I'll try to execute this. So this will this require, so it asks for the, do you want to proceed? Let me proceed with this. It's already loaded. Okay, the write is completed. Let me go back here. It's in the user approval stage. So already we verified the data. So here in case once again, if you wanted to verify it, we can verify it or we can confirm the step. Let me disconnect VPN. So I'm getting some glitch here. It's in the confirmation stage. So I'll confirm this. So it's moved on to the deletion stage. So again, we have applied stop at pre-validation. Here once again, I need to uh, execute for the deletion confirmation from the table. So I'll directly execute this. So the deletion also completed. So let me log in again to the VPN. Again, I'll go to table SS16H VBRP. And I'll copy the same 20 records. So the data has been removed from the tables. So for this session, I took 20 records for demo purpose, but when it comes to actual archival, we can provide any size, any sales or based on the criteria, we can provide from date to date. Between that records, whatever present, we can archive entire records. Okay. And let me, at last, I just wanted to show you one more the thing is, so during our archival methodology, I said like three-step approach. One is data assessment, and the second one is data archival. So two of them are completed, and at last I just show you um, the inquiry screen which we already built for the reporting and audit purpose. I'll use a separate user for log in this. So again, I need to go to applications here, SAP archival. Disconnect the VPN. So here we have developed SAP data archival inquiries for some of them. So customer sales document, delivery billing document, and material document. Let me open the billing document. So here we have all the document which previously archived data we extracted and loaded into our Changes platform. And you can see the data which is present in the same structure as SAP it is present in SAP structure. So we have header data and the line items. There are 4 line items. In case if we have a schedule line, we can see the schedule line as well. But in case of a billing document, we have only header and the line item. So I'll stop here and I'll hand over the session to Dr. Fani, so he can talk about the advantages of archive. Dr. Fani.
Thank you, Vera. It is a great explanation.
Yeah.
This all audience, right? Right now we got the great explanation about our Changes smart data platform, which is especially for archivals. For the sample purpose, we took the only sample data to show the this end-to-end process how it works. And most of the things, right, as said, it is some internal intelligence. You cannot see much. Just it's only plug and play kind of things you can see. So mostly where you cannot see much about what is happening like any other our SAP transaction front ending, right? Because completely is internal some intelligence. Our product has taken all these measures, how it can archive from right to this, no, delete. It go all some internal. So as discussed earlier, this is what exactly some advantages. If you see the screen, leveraging our Chainsays smart data platform. It is some internal our product. So from the data assessment to the data archival, so we'll take care of in end to end the process at single go almost all. And as said, it is not just like a SAP standard objects kind of things and tailor made with archival programs. So as said earlier in the beginning remarks, if it is oil and gas, telecom, or manufacturing, any other business, and based on the business, they have most of the organizations they have some customized objects, customized programs, or customized tables, or customized elements. So these all things so will tailor made almost all no this we have the ready made connectors are there where we can adapt easily with any custom made objects. So it will easy for us. So we can save a lot of time while doing this data archival process, and handling the data is robust, high quality, and within the time. So we can say 99.9% of the quality of work it will be here. And not only that, if you see third point, future proofing via archival templates. Suppose now we have done one time activity and we can put the periodic, the background jobs, the kind of things for every 6 months or every 3 months, we can do that particular table or object we can archive. So that system performance will keep remain intact. It will not affect anything because of the high data. And the same movement automation process flow mastery. So we have the very witnessed automatic completely process flow end to end without any interruptions. We can minimize the effect of the memory issues. And as said always, right now ECC is going to end in 2027 and every are going to S4 HANA. So our Changes product, data and other smart data platforms are most useful, robust from earlier system to the new system with required data, and all other things will be archived and put at the appropriate place. And we have the front ending screens based on the requirements by business processes. Anytime you can retrieve particular things based on the your future analysis or any audit purpose. That is the main thing today we discussed. Go to next screen. Now we're coming to Q&A. If you have anything, please quote in chat box. Pallavi, over to you to moderate this Q&A session.
Thank you, Dr. Fani and Virender. This was it was really an informative and engrossing session. I am sure our audience has learned a lot from you. Heading towards the Q&A session, I have some questions for you from our captivated audience. And the first one coming right up is, how can I make sure that before I archive, there aren't any open business documents?
Thank you for asking this question, Pallavi. So, so as I mentioned earlier, during our data assessment phase itself, we can identify the open document such as like sales orders, invoices, finance documents. So by identifying that, so based on the archival period, whatever the data which is present in the system, we can update the data by closing it, or we can archive completely whatever the data which is there in the system from the SAP tables. Okay. And
Okay.
I hope I answered the question.
Okay. We have another one coming up, that is, will the data assessment help in identifying the items that need to be archived?
Yes, for sure, we can identify because the table list of tables, the data which is occupied list, we have it, and based on that, we can identify all the archival items which is need to be archived.
Okay, that's a great insight. One more for you guys. In an active production system, how can the continuous growth of data be controlled?
Okay. So, our archive having a predefined archive templates that is a repeated usable. So once the actual archival is completed, so year on year, next year onwards, like you can archive the data by using our archival template by monitoring all the data. And even in case if you wanted to split it up when there are few tables like the finance tables might have occupied large number of volume. In that case, we can do partitioning the data and we can archive it.
That really sounds great, Virinder. I guess we can just have one more. Can users easily view the archive data in a form?
Yes, for sure, Pallavi. So I think in the last slide I showed you in the demo session, like the inquiry screen which we have developed. That's a user-friendly screen, and we can provide the access to the users. The specific authorized user can access the inquiry screen, and in case if they wanted to use it for the auditing purpose or reporting purpose, even if they wanted to see some future referencing purpose, they can definitely use that screen for their future benefits.
Okay, that really it's really insightful, Virinder. So this concludes our contribution for the day, dear attendees. We appreciate you all being here. Thank you again for joining us today. And yes, do take very good care of yourselves. Thank you, Dr. Fani and Virinder once again. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Good day.
Thank you very much. And you can see our emails here. You please write to us for any further discussions. Thank you.